everybody. Welcome back to the Bagman Podcast. This is episode 23. I'm pretty sure it's 23 because I counted the other day. I redid the playlist. So that should be right, I think. There's always a chance to be wrong. All right. So it's Stock and I today. There's a few things we wanted to talk about, catch everybody up, get ready for the end of the year kind of stuff, and revisit the culture initiative real quick is what I wanted to do. So Stock and I had a chance last week to talk to Will from the Culture Fix. I think we had a really good, eventful talk.
Yeah.
Stock challenged a little bit.
Well, I was told ask tough questions. So
No, I think it worked well.
I did.
He had a good answer too.
He did.
I think it really played out really well. So
I don't want people to think that I'm just a jerk.
We all know the truth. No, I thought it was a really good talk. And then a couple days prior to that, we had Mr. Beaver on. We had all kinds of technical problems.
Many technical problems.
Which we're kind of talking fast today, so we don't run into those technical problems and have to close early. But Mr. Beaver, always a great guest. We're going to have him on for a longer episode because he's just super fun to talk to.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of insight as it came to the cultural program. If you guys haven't heard, Covington started this cultural initiative. It's on our playlist. It's last week's episode. It's only 40 minutes. I think it's worth a watch. We made a little promo. It's like 40 seconds. I'll show you that here in a second. But basically, Mr. Beaver said we didn't like where we were culture-wise.
Right.
And coming out of COVID, and it kind of like that COVID slumber, if you will.
Yeah.
And we didn't feel like Covington was where Covington should be.
Right.
I think that's kind of the best way to put it.
Exactly.
And so we hired Will from the Culture Fix, and he's come in, and they've had meetings and all kinds of stuff, and they've worked together to make this big initiative. And it's going to involve murals. It's going to involve this gigantic display when we come back to school. Mm-hmm. A lot of cool stuff, and they're going to integrate Troy, our new mascot, which I know is one of the topics. We want to talk about that here in a second. But a lot of cool stuff. So I wanted to give you guys just a little sneak peek at the culture video, the little 40-second promo that we made. Pull that on real quick. That's Emmy at the beginning. And I know it's only like 2 lines, but I think she works really good as a voiceover artist.
Okay.
So here's 40 seconds of the culture video, and then we'll be right back.
Covington Schools decided we needed a
Oh, that was way quicker than I thought it would be.
Covington Schools decided we needed a culture fix, so we called Will.
This work and about talking about values, it's going to be focusing on the best of who we are and the best of what we got, you see, defining that and then using that to change some of these attitudes, mindsets, behaviors. And we want not just the leadership and the teachers to be using the words, but we want everybody, the students, to be using them too, to be using them between each other.
Really, we've kind of talked about it since coming back from COVID, the just hasn't been where we feel like it needs to be. So the direction is now to try to start this process of where this is now the language.
This is the norm.
This is the norm. Yeah. And students and staff and everybody is just kind of trying to hold each other to it.
All right, that said, coming soon to CCSC, and it's happening now. Big shout out to Mr. Beaver, Mrs. Pettit. I have a hard time remembering to call her that.
Just call her Dottie.
Or Brooke.
Oh,
we have another Mrs. Pettit now.
Brooke.
So Brooke has put all kinds of work into this,
all right.
And she's kind of the point man right now.
She's middle school math, is that right?
I think so. I never make it down there, so I don't know where everybody is or what they're doing anymore. You know, it's one of those that you kind of lose track. Same way with kids.
Yeah.
Once you don't teach them anymore for a while, you kind of forget how old they are.
Yeah.
I did hear that some of the kids that I just felt like I had last year are graduating from college this year. So that's kind of where we are. We're getting old stock. Yep, anything you want to mention here in the rewind section before we move on to Troy?
Am I on camera?
You are on camera.
I have a spoon.
He has a spoon. Is that a tactical spoon?
No, it's... Oh, can I won't get in trouble for this, will I?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Sometimes after lunch, I won't throw my spoon away. I'll take it home and use it for I'll use it for cat food.
You should have told Peggy to cover her ears.
Oh, Peggy, don't listen.
Disregard that section. Disregard the spoon stealing section. Oh, that's great.
I do have a concern. It's a personal concern.
Okay. Not a rant, but a concern.
Not a rant. This is a personal concern.
Sure.
I think Zach's mad at me.
Zach's mad at you? I think he's
Yes.
mad at all of us. He,
Oh,
he bailed on
probably.
the movie.
Well, I was never going anyway.
Well, that's
but
fair.
No, I think he's mad at me specifically.
Oh, man.
Because usually on Thursdays he would text me and say, "Hey, let's go get something to eat after school."
Yeah.
He hasn't done that for like 2-3 months.
Hey, I already invited you to McDonald's after this. By the way, if you guys don't know, if you order on the app, you can get the mac sauce in cups, and it goes really, really well on the double cheeseburger.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you make
Okay.
your own little deal. We had prom.
We did.
I think it went really well.
I think so.
We didn't dance because
no,
we
did
don't
not.
we don't dance.
Plus not to be critical.
It's the kids' music.
It's the kids' music. Our generation does not understand that music.
Hey, for the first time in person, I was told, Sowers, if it's too loud, you're too old. I thought that was great. I was told that in person at graduation. It seemed like the kids had a really good time. They had a really good time at after prom,
Yeah.
especially with the roller skating and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff that
Yeah.
they got to do, which you don't think about. But honestly, unless you make the effort to get over to like Illini Skate Land or something like that,
Mhm.
a lot of these kids probably haven't skated ever before.
Exactly.
Or fallen while
Yeah.
skating before. And that seemed to be the case with some kids.
No.
We had some professional level skaters as well.
Okay. Covington used to have a skating rink.
We did.
Do you know when that closed?
Oh shoot, that's been a long time.
Were you alive? Do you remember it?
Yes, I was.
I don't know.
Were you not in
just
town then?
No, it's always been closed. for me.
Okay. Yeah, it's down behind the city building, the old
Yeah,
city building. Yes, I used to go there every weekend, and sometimes during the week. So they used to have a little arcade,
Mhm.
and then you would walk in. Straight ahead would be the arcade. Then they had skate rental on the right, and then to your right was the big skating rink. And I would go all the time. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Really good workout. Really fun too, because they'd play like the I don't know what you want to call them, the standards maybe the standards like the hokey pokey and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was a good time, and now that is housing.
Yeah.
That is housing back behind the old city building, not the one downtown, but the one on Second Street. Oh shoot, Stock. So that would have been before
Yeah. I came fall 96.
96. So it would have been before that. I
Yeah.
had been in middle school because I remember wearing my purple sweats. I had a sweatsuit, like purple jogging pants and like a purple sweatshirt, and I would wear that all the time. Yeah, looked like Grimace skating around. But that was a good
Own it.
time.
Own it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if kids don't seek that out, they
Yeah.
probably haven't done anything like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff going on there. Anything else you want to mention before we move on to the emergence of Troy?
All sports tonight have been canceled. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's raining, but it's been windy and cold.
Yeah,
all
and we
day.
had kids check the forecast there at the end of the school, and they said
Okay.
it was coming and it was
Okay.
going to be bad.
Yeah.
But you think about it, baseball field doesn't hold a lot of water
No, it
anymore,
doesn't.
and you're not going to have tennis or golf out in the winds like this.
Nope.
So makes sense,
Yeah.
But yeah, everything's canceled for tonight. Kind of sad.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to after getting my Mac sauce to go out there. Not sponsored, but
Well, we were supposed to play at Seeger tonight for baseball.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then tomorrow night is here.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard to play at Seeger when there's wind.
Yeah.
It's just wide open out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. How's baseball going this year? You've been in the dugout.
I've been in the dugout a couple of times. I've been announcing announcing every home game I can.
Yeah.
I think every Covington sport does this. They overthink it,
Yeah.
and as soon as you get down just by 1 point, you tend to think, oh, now we've lost the whole game.
Yeah. You're not going to
No,
overcome it.
You've
Yeah.
still got 5 innings to go. Just
Yeah.
keep playing. All you have to do is keep playing.
We've always had the problem of playing to the ability of our opponent as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So like instead of just smashing somebody. Well, I heard the softball smash somebody this weekend,
Did
22-2 or something
Oh,
like
I didn't
that.
hear
So
that.
Lauren said she got some hits and it was great. And
Good for her.
Yeah.
Good.
Great for the softball team.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to get out and watch golf yet or anything like that, but
Mhm.
we'll make it out.
Yeah.
We'll make it out. The big topic you wanted to mention today, Stock, is we had our first public appearance
Yep.
of Troy.
We sure did.
So do you want to tell the people about that?
Well, we have something at Covington called Kindergarten Roundup. Since I only know high school, I don't know what Kindergarten Roundup is.
Yeah.
But Troy was over there. He was welcoming all the new little kids, just bringing smiles to everyone, and that was great.
And that's
to
kind
see.
of kind of the intention,
Yeah,
right?
that's the whole
Yeah,
purpose.
get people invested, get people involved, and that's
Yeah.
kind of what we're about too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so good way to onboard kids.
Yeah, and there's a picture. Susan Smaltz put several pictures on her.
I should have
her
gone and got
Facebook
that.
Page. There's a picture. One of the little kids is holding up his arm, showing his muscles, and Troy showing his muscles, and it's just a fun picture. Just a really fun picture.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So good things are happening on the Troy front,
Yep.
the cultural front,
Yep.
if you will, as we talked about
Step
earlier.
one.
Yeah, exactly, and that's part of the thing. We're onboarding people, getting people involved in the culture. And hi, Jacob. Jacob's watching.
Hi,
So,
Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. Stock says hi as well.
I hit my microphone. Sorry, everyone.
It's okay. We'll put like a warning on the bottom or something later.
We're a professional podcast.
Exactly. Super professional. But a lot of cool things happening.
Yeah.
So that's the emergence of Troy. We have the mascot. We have the outfit. People are willing to wear it. And we're online kindergarten roundup. Kindergarten kids coming in and checking things out before they are able to do that in the fall.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Now, the next thing,
That's really
hopefully,
cool.
he'll be at is our block party. Have you heard anything about
I have
that?
not heard anything about that.
Okay.
And
Usually
do you know anything about that?
I don't.
Me neither.
Are we having one?
I don't know. We're 19 days left.
No. Not Covington's block party. The city.
Oh, downtown.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I haven't heard anything about that either.
Okay.
So fingers crossed. Maybe it depends on how the mayoral election goes.
Oh, that could be. Wait, when do we vote? Is it?
Vote early, vote often, Stock.
It's not tomorrow. It's a week from tomorrow. Is that right?
I think so. Let me check.
Okay.
Fountain County, Indiana election.
While he's looking on that, I will just say, everyone, it's important to vote. You don't have to tell anyone who you vote for. That's what the Constitution provides, a secret ballot.
But if you ask me nicely, I'll tell you.
And please do not vote for whoever everyone else is voting for. Do your own research. Vote for who you think will do the best job.
Yeah, that's a great point. I did hear a kid say that the election was tomorrow today, though. So they probably know more than I do. 5/2/23.
That's tomorrow.
That is tomorrow. So
And we vote at the church.
June 2nd is the block party, and tomorrow is voting day. Thank you, Stephanie. All I got to do is wait on the comment section. These guys are awesome. Oh, that's great.
Great.
So we do have election coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you want to know who I'm voting for, come and see me in person, and I'll tell you. Or just find me at the ballot. What do we vote? Across the street still?
Yeah.
Zach's
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
If you play Pokemon Go, Zach's name is in Pokemon Go as the church youth minister. But that's where we're voting, across the street from here. So vote early, vote often, get that done. Cool.
Yeah.
I love this. We just get to wait on the comment section and they just tell us everything. This is fantastic. I don't have to do any work.
So what are we talking about next? Somebody tell us what to talk about.
Well, we got your rant coming up,
Oh,
Stock.
yeah,
So
I've got a
that's
rant.
completely on you.
I have one rant.
One rant, only one,
Just one.
just one, and it's a social media rant, is what you were.
It is social media.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me change to the rant,
Okay.
and then it's on you.
Okay. I received a friend request on Facebook, and I don't know what to do with it. There are no mutual friends. This individual only has like 5 photos, no videos, no information filled in, except occupation is a medical doctor. It doesn't look like it's a very filled out page.
Yeah, it doesn't sound real.
No, it doesn't sound real. And that started me thinking, this isn't how you make friends.
Oh, that's a good point. I was going to go the creepy way, but go ahead. Yeah.
Well, no. I don't know this person. Like I said, no mutual friends. Even if there are mutual friends and it's somebody I still don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah, introduce me.
Yeah.
Introduce me to somebody. But I just remember the days you met someone face to face. You shook their hand, you heard the sound of their voice, you looked them in the eye, and you talked to them.
Yeah, those
directly.
days are gone.
I know. But
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating.
Dag nabbit.
Dag nabbit, indeed. Now that's the thing. If you've sent me a Facebook request for a friendship, I just typically don't accept people.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're remade profiles.
Yeah.
Like where you take somebody's real profile, remake it into a creepy one. I just typically don't accept people, even if I know you in person.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if I know no. I treat social media, I keep it at arm's length anymore.
Yeah.
So I just don't typically add people, even if I know you, even if I know it's legit. And it's not an affront to the person. It's just something that I just don't do.
Yeah.
Facebook, super creepy anyway, because they keep ghost profiles even on people that don't have Facebook. I don't know if you knew this, Doc.
Well, I'll tell you.
That's why you have suggested friends and all that kind of stuff when you sign up for Facebook, because they have a profile on you with your personal information, all your data. And then when you log into Facebook for the first time, that's how they can recommend friends and stuff, because you have a ghost profile already written about you.
The first time I received this request, I went to look at the individual's profile.
Yeah.
And there was a blurb there that said, this person is using a new sheet where they do not have to use their real name.
Yeah.
And I went back today to look at it again to get some thoughts together, and that little blurb was gone.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's frustrating,
Mm-hmm.
because I know people even recently have had their Facebook profiles hacked and redirected to, mostly advertising or sites that we can't mention at school.
Yes. No sites.
No sites. Exactly.
Well, Cindy Bouchou, great
Yeah.
Covington.
Oh, yeah, I love Cindy.
Great Covington lady. She put on Facebook just yesterday, don't accept friend requests from me. I haven't sent any out.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
she's gotten scammed.
I think Kayla Witzman.
Sounds like a scammer to me, Stephanie.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, Kayla Witzman's had the same
Yep.
things. Kelsey has had the same stuff.
Has she?
Yeah, she had to completely get rid of her Facebook and then get a new one, and her phone number and all that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So be careful.
Yeah.
Right. When it comes to social media, that's the only thing we can say is just be careful. If you want to go down the rabbit hole with me, there's a lot of crazy stuff that I've seen or know, and we can talk about that outside of this scope. So a lot of crazy stuff going on. But
you know what's really crazy?
What's that?
Landing on the moon in
Oh
1969.
my gosh. You really want to go there? We're going to get the conspiracy thing on our videos from now on. You realize that, right? I will fight you in person.
You're the administrator.
You're right. I'll fight you in person. No, we should have a conspiracy podcast.
You want to?
Kind of. We'll bring
Okay.
on, so the English departments have written about conspiracies
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
So Mrs. Smaltz and Mrs. Taylor have had kids write about conspiracies. They'd be fun to have on for
Yeah,
that.
they would.
And then I will fight them. I will arm wrestle them in person.
There's only one conspiracy that I think
Oh.
is probably true.
Well, it's not a conspiracy then.
In my own world.
Oh,
it is.
okay.
No, I just believe medicine has to have found a cure for cancer.
Oh, 100%.
And when I find out that they've been keeping that a secret,
Yeah.
I'm going to punch someone in the face.
I think more than just cancer too.
because I've lost two
Yep.
of my cats, a couple friends, a couple family members, just
Yeah.
so that they can have more money in their pockets.
That's all it is. It's all money.
Yeah.
And I'll save that for the conspiracy episode when I talk about the medical industry.
Yep.
And my personal experience with the medical industry. Stock already knows where this is going.
I do.
Yeah. Any more rants, Stock?
Well, with the medical industry,
Yeah.
you know,
I've plenty of rants with that.
I've got my sore knee.
Sure. It's not better?
No,
Oh my gosh.
my doctor wants an MRI, but insurance says no
Yeah.
MRI until you get an X-ray, and then we have to wait 3 or 4 weeks to see if it gets better, and then we might okay an MRI. Just get the MRI.
So would an x-ray pick up the musculature?
No,
I thought that was more for like bone.
no, exactly.
So why would you need that before you need an MRI? I'm an
That's-
idiot when it comes to medical
That's
stuff.
why.
So
That's why he wanted an MRI, but
Yeah.
insurance says start with an X-ray.
is that just to get you
Probably,
get your money?
probably.
Yeah.
It did show.
Get your deductible.
It did show there's no arthritis in the knee.
Oh, well, that's good.
So that's
So
a
something
positive.
good came out of it.
Silver lining, everyone.
That's crazy. That's crazy that it goes that way, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I try not to touch my deductible ever since my big episode, and that'll be a graphic warning when we show that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'll show the foot. I have pictures. It's
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh well, I'll bring it up here in a second, and you can watch it and react live. I showed it to kids the other day because they wanted to see it, and had some revolting revolting expressions after that.
I just remember talking to you on Google Meet while you were in the hospital.
Yeah, I still taught classes. I still made videos and stuff.
I felt bad I could never come see you, but my time just never worked out. to
No,
go
that's
see you.
cool. Terry and Anita came.
Okay.
So they get around. They're the coolest people. They get around everybody. Like if you're in the
Yeah.
hospital and you're sick,
Oh,
and
I know.
dude, they're just phenomenal
I
people.
know.
I'm bringing this picture up. Stock, you're on the camera while I'm bringing this
Okay.
picture up
Hi, everyone.
because I want your live reaction to this. I could have sworn I've shown you this. Oh, there it is.
Should I do a song and dance?
I mean, as
while
long as
I'm
you're
waiting?
not gagging. Here you go.
Oh, I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that.
That's a
That's horrible.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I got more pictures.
How,
So that's a live reaction, guys.
how deep was that?
They said about 2 millimeters, and they would have had to take the foot.
Wow.
So yeah, and we'll talk about that. We'll do that on conspiracy, so we can creep people out, like in general. I will have my pictures.
Has it healed up, or is there?
Oh, it's
still-
fine now.
Wow.
I honestly, I wasn't really high on certain aspects of the hospital stay. I will say the nursing staff in Crawfordsville at the hospital,
Mhm.
phenomenal.
Mhm.
A lot of people we know.
Yeah.
My surgeon was amazing. My anesthesiologist was amazing. And then the wound care people afterwards trying to get me back on my feet. They're some of the coolest people I've ever met.
Mhm.
Like super nice, really dedicated to their job, and they got me back on my feet when I probably shouldn't have been. So we'll go into that in depth one of these days.
But isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
You've got great people working in this questionable environment.
Yeah.
And I think you find that in a lot of situations.
Oh,
too.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Zach says it's not a conspiracy if it's true, which is true.
What, that you're mad at me?
Oh, hey Zach, while you're here, are you mad at stock?
Are you mad at me?
Are you mad at stock? Put it in the comments. Put a thumbs down if you're mad at stock. Put an angry face emoji if you're mad at stock. We've all been there. Kidding. Actually, I don't think I've ever been mad at you, stock.
No, but here's what concerns me.
Yeah.
Pastor Bob's
Oh, no.
sermon yesterday,
Yes.
it was all about, if somebody in your life is negative, you just get them out. You don't need that.
Get rid of the
that kind of person.
toxicity.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like
And,
that.
Zach, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for
Do you
everything
watch?
I've said.
Do you watch those online? There it is.
Zach's texting.
I love it. And that's guys. That should be a game. We should make this a game. Whenever you hear the stock's text message tone, put the timestamp in the chat because it was even on our pre-recorded video from last week, the culture video. Once again, the culture video, 40 minutes long. If you get a chance, go watch it. It's actually a pretty good talk. You get to see what's going on at the school.
Zach says he's not mad. Then why haven't we had pizza, Zach?
He says
why
he's not
haven't
mad.
we had pizza?
No, you can't just put no. I asked for an emoji, Zach. Jerk. I'm mad at you now. What do you think about that? So we move on to end of the year.
End of the year.
We've got like less than 20 school days left.
It's amazing.
It's unreal. So what does that look like from a graduation committee perspective? Heavy sigh.
Where do I start?
Oh my goodness.
Tomorrow we have our stage committee meeting, and luckily our stage is pretty well set.
Yeah.
The setup of it and the backdrop. The things that they'll need to decide are where to put the chairs, where to put the podium, how many flowers they want up there. We usually have ferns up
Sure.
there for just some greenery. We still need to work on the senior luncheon. I'm working with the Beef House.
Yeah.
And they're closed on Mondays. So
So you're not working with the Beef House today.
it's just one of those things that you're like, oh, I was going to get that done, and
Yeah.
now I can't. So
Put it on the punch
that
list.
stress is still there.
Yep. Did I
there's-
hear that people needed to pick their partners this week?
Yes, the person they're walking with during graduation, they need to have those done by Wednesday, and both people need to agree to walk together.
That'd be awkward.
Well, we've had that
Oh,
happen in the
man.
past. So Davis and I, we still learn.
Is it an
And-
even number of graduates as of right now?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, question mark.
Yes.
Okay.
We'll know that more towards the 20th, 21st,
Sure.
somewhere around
Yeah.
there. We want everyone to graduate.
Oh, absolutely.
We're
You always
pushing,
do.
Yeah. Honestly, though, working with Miss Davis, she's crazy. I'm an idiot, and we go hand in hand.
It goes back to our prom discussions.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's
But
great.
the thing is, we know we can rely on each other, and we know
Oh, yeah.
that if we're confused about something, go talk to the other one.
Absolutely.
That is probably the most important thing that I can tell to anyone. If you're in a group, if you're working with somebody and you're unsure, talk to them.
Yeah, that's great.
Talk to them.
And she's fantastic.
Exactly.
Yeah, she's so great to have on
Amazing.
your team.
Amazing.
Other stuff at the end of the year, we've got our AP exams coming up.
Okay.
I know my computer science 2 kids have their AP exam on Wednesday. And then I think the rest of the week we've got AP exams and then through Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got kids out of class. We've got all that kind of stuff happening. We've got Bi-County Band here tomorrow. So
That's right.
Yeah. So if you get a chance,
I
come
forgot
on out.
about
It's
that.
it's going to be full. Now, I'm going to warn you. There's going to be a lot of people there. Or there should be a lot of people
There
there,
should be,
right?
yes.
So it's 4 different schools. They get to come in. They practice all day, and then they have a great concert that night. And it's super fun to do. It's
Mhm.
super fun to go to and watch. Anytime our kids can get involved and invested in stuff that's not just this school, even, it's a broader community
Yeah.
coming together as musicians.
You were
It's a really good time.
You did Bi-County Band too.
I did. I
Yeah.
did Bi-County Band when I was in high school.
What
Super
are your
worthwhile.
memories?
I do remember going to other school. That's the best part, right? You get
Yeah.
to hang out at another school for
Yeah.
the entire day. I remember going to Fountain Central and them bringing in the guest conductor and hanging out in their gym and
Mhm.
hanging out with their kids because I already knew a bunch of the Fountain Central kids because
Yeah.
we have a lot of family there.
Yeah.
And it was just really fun and really fun to talk about that kind of stuff. And I know with social media and stuff like that, kids are closer or feel closer
Yeah.
to other schools, but it's still a neat experience.
Mhm.
But that's tomorrow night.
Mhm.
So all day tomorrow, we got kids practicing. Anna's going to be there. Landon's going to be there for my classes. So I hope they do well.
We have something in Howard County called the Howard County Music Festival.
Okay.
We shorten it to the HOCO Moo Fest.
sounds like a milk producers.
Yeah. And it's the 4 county schools that.
So
get
similar to
together.
here.
Yeah.
Similar
very
to Bi-County
similar.
Band.
Mhm.
And then this Friday, we have Fine Arts Festival.
And this Friday
Yeah.
or this weekend, graduation open houses start.
Oh, yeah. It's that season.
It's that season.
It's that season. So if you get a chance, I believe Fine Arts Festival is free
I think so.
to come out to. So
Yeah,
that's
they do accept donations.
They do accept donations.
Yeah.
It's art, it's choir, it's band. They
Mhm.
put on this big deal.
And the art, it's a
Art's
wide
awesome.
range of
Yeah.
artistic things.
Yeah, and it's whatever they're going to show off. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of the higher kids are looking for a way to kind of show that off.
Yeah.
And they do digital projects a lot, and they
Yeah.
do big like long lasting projects. So it's kind of hard to showcase that
Yeah.
in a picture or
Yeah.
something. But I know Aubrey's looking forward to displaying some of her work as
Mhm.
well. Well, we got a lot of kids involved in that. And then, like Stock said, open house season.
Yep.
We never get a break.
Never.
So open house season will probably go through the beginning of June.
Yeah.
It typically does.
Yeah.
But that's where we are. I'll tell kids every year, once you hit spring break, it's a snowball.
Yep.
It just
School's
goes and
over.
goes and goes, and school's over basically.
Yep.
Well, we said 19 school days, 18 tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're almost to it. Anything else at the end of the year that we need to look forward to?
My first year kids just finished Cyrano de Bergerac.
Oh, okay.
Second year kids will finish Count of Monte Cristo tomorrow. And third year kids are watching the 1974 musical of The Little Prince,
Okay.
which since it was made in the 70s, everyone was on crack. So
Yeah. Is that the Gerard Depardieu Cyrano de
Cyrano,
Bergerac?
yes. Yeah,
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. All that stuff's going on. And then what, next week, May 10th, is the senior awards night. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll both be at that because we're at all that stuff, right?
I think I need to look at my calendar.
Dude, I made a sheet of all the stuff I needed to be at
Yeah.
until the end of school.
Yeah.
And I got really overwhelmed and I haven't opened that sheet again. But when you like to support the kids, we go to everything.
Yeah, we
right.
try to.
We try to go to all the band stuff. We try to go to all the choir, all the art, and all that kind of stuff, as well as athletics.
Mhm.
You know, we try to support the kids in everything we can, and I see Stock at everything. So I know he and Miss Davis and I are usually at all the stuff.
Yeah.
And it does get hectic at
Yeah.
the end of the year,
Yeah.
especially when we got open houses and stuff. But that's kind of where we are. They're at the end of the year. I think Stock wants to do speed round again.
Let's do speed round.
All right, we're going to do speed round. Stock, I'll ask you the speed round question.
Okay.
We do have confirmation. Fine arts does not cost, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Yes,
Great.
I'm excited for that.
Great.
I do. I love the Fine Arts Festival. I think it's really cool,
Yep.
and really neat the way they do it now, because it's different than the way we did it when I was in school. Because we would have student MCs,
Yeah.
and we would kind of keep everything going, master ceremonies, and kind of keep
Yep.
everything going. You'd have to audition for it and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Maybe once we get numbers up, we can do that again. I think that'd be fantastic.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Speed round,
Speed round.
our favorite thing. All right. Well, have you changed sock shoe yet to the right one?
Just ask the first question.
No, you didn't. What a jerk. All right. How did you get to CHS?
Same answer as before.
Same answer.
Covington called. I taught 1 year in Southern Indiana. Covington called, offered me $3,000 more, so I came.
I love that answer. It's every time I hear it, it's so good. $3,000 more. How long did you teach in Southern Indiana? Just 1 year?
Yeah.
Well, how is it different than Covington?
Much smaller, much more, this might surprise you, much more rural.
Than here?
More rural, considerably.
Oh, wow.
I taught at Medora, which is at the time the 3rd smallest school in the state.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah,
So we're talking like Turkey Run size. Back when Turkey Run
Yeah.
had a high school.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Neat. Medora. I've never even
Yep.
heard of that.
Yep.
What does Trojan pride mean to you? And this is kind of the controversial question. Right
Yeah,
now.
it is. I know what I said before, and I think all of that stuff is true. Since we've been talking about this culture thing,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my idea of Trojan pride is expanding, but I don't know how yet. So,
Interesting.
yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a multifaceted answer.
Yeah.
It really is, because it can mean a lot of stuff to a lot of different
Mhm.
people, and it has when
Yeah.
we've talked to people in person and we've put this out to people.
definitely.
And pride is going to be the acronym
Yeah.
for the culture thing.
Yeah.
So we were ahead of the curve, Stock. That's what it was.
Now, you put all of the answers onto a word cloud?
Yes, word cloud, and we made a video on them
Okay.
with everybody's answers.
Okay. I'd like to see that to remind myself sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
Craig, Craig either wants to put a TV up here, or we can put our Trojan Pride word cloud. No, we're putting that
In the
on
movable
the
wall.
wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I do want to put a TV in here just so people, when we bring guests on, it's really hard to get a sense of what's being shown,
Mhm.
because I do whip around pretty quick sometimes
Mhm.
to different people talking.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard for people to follow along when I do the intros and I do videos and I put images up and that kind of stuff. So I do want to have a TV in here, and Walmart's got a sale.
Oh.
I think it's a Vizio for $98.
So are we going
32
to
inch.
McDonald's then Walmart?
I'm not willing to make that commitment right now. I paid my house bill last night. So eventually I'd like to have a big TV up, and I'm sure it's just plaster in here. So we're going to have to
Yeah.
get that okayed before we do anything. But I think it'd be really neat. And if we go into a season 2 and we keep going with this, I think
Yeah.
it'd be really good to have people be able to see where we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
used
go ahead,
to-
Stock.
I used to have one of those big braces on my wall with a TV in my
Yeah.
classroom.
Yeah,
It started to fall off.
that's what I'm worried about.
Guess who fixed it?
Who was it?
Jeff Coughing.
Jeff Coughing fixed everything, man. Talk about the player of the game.
Yep.
Jeff Coughing was on everything.
Yep.
I would see him here, and then I would see him at Overpass fixing our coolers at night. He was awesome. I do miss that guy a lot. Stock, what song describes you?
I forget which song I chose before.
I don't remember.
I don't either. There are so many good songs
Yeah.
that it's kind of like Trojan Pride. There are a lot of sides of me,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
there are different songs that apply to different sides. Songs that are coming to mind: Carly Simon's "Let the River Run."
Okay. Nothing from a Goofy movie or the Rocketeer soundtrack.
Nothing from a Goofy movie. Actually, the Rocketeer soundtrack does have "When Your Lover Is Gone."
Ooh,
That's a
yeah.
great song.
It's a great movie too.
Yeah.
It's a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as a Goofy movie, but You take your wins when you can.
I might have to fight you on that. You fight me over Moon Landing. I'll
Yeah,
fight you
exactly.
over Goofy Movie.
Exactly. Sock, sock, shoe, shoe. Have you changed to the right side?
Sock, sock, shoe, shoe. Stock, sock, pants, shoe, shoe.
Oh, that's wrong. That's wrong. I legitimately sat in my living room for 45 minutes the other day with one shoe on and one shoe off. I take the right one off, and then I just sit there.
Yeah. I do have to admit, I think I told this on the podcast when it happened about a month and a half ago. I had my socks on, pulling my pants on. I did get a toe stuck in the
So even the infallible sock, sock, shoe, shoe method.
Can I blame it on my cats?
You can blame anything on your cats.
Even though they were downstairs at the time.
Well, maybe not. Maybe we don't go that far though. What would you like your legacy to be? And that can be, we use CHS, we use in life.
Yeah.
Will in last week's video used a legacy at Covington.
Yeah.
As he leaves with the culture.
Still, I want people to know that I cared.
Sure.
But the older I get, the more jaded I feel I become. So I may not overtly care I may not be as overt with my caring as I used to be.
Okay.
But it's still there.
Sure. And that's part of the legacy is the kids just knowing.
Yeah.
Right. You don't have to show that outwardly every day.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here, let me get your drop pencil for you. But, in the long run.
I think I'm turning into the Richard Partizan.
Oh, man. I tell you, we went to a middle school track meet the other night and he was running it.
Yeah.
That dude knows exactly what to do
Oh, yeah.
exactly at exactly the right time. And what a resource he has,
Yep.
just hanging out, living by the school and doing what he can for the school still, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Doing everything he can. But he's so much fun to watch. I remember having him in class and he was a gym. He'd give you that point, hey, dirtbag.
Hey.
I love it. I love it so much. Anything you want to close out with, Stock?
Sowu Bona.
Seubona. Yabo. Seubona.
Yebo.
Yebo. Yebo. Seubona.
We'll explain it later.
Yeah. So watch the culture thing. It's at the very end. What a cool saying, though.
Very end.
It's the very end, right? It's your joke when you come back. So good. But if you haven't had a chance, watch the culture thing. Give us some views, spread it to your friends. I think it's important, especially when we talk about what the school is doing, right? Trying to get out in front of stuff and trying to, put our own image out there before our image is put on us.
Right.
And I think this is a really good, and you might not go with everything that it's, go along with everything, but you're not inclined to go along with everything. Just be involved, be invested. That's all we ask.
Yeah.
Right. So Stock, McDonald's time.
McDonald's.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Episode 23 of the Bagman Podcast. We will catch you down the road. I think that's it. Later on.
Bye.